How will Premier League title race pan out over rest of season after City beat Liverpool? Manchester City's win against Liverpool has blown the Premier League title race wide open. Pep Guardiola's team are now just 4 points behind the league leaders after their 2-1 victory, while Tottenham are very much in the mix at just 6 points behind top spot. The champions look hungry for more success as they bid to become the first team to retain the Premier League in a decade. Liverpool, meanwhile, are looking to pick up the crown for the first time since 1990, prior to the rebranding of the top flight, and Spurs have not won the league in over 50 years. Each team has their own tough tests coming up over the remaining 17 games, with huge matches both home and away. So Sportsmail has taken a look at the fixture list, put together some totally unscientific predictions and figured out who, exactly, is going to lift the trophy come May. The answer might surprise you. Liverpool. They do not have the most difficult end to the season, and we can see Liverpool not losing a game between now and May. However, they could be held in tricky fixtures away from home against the resurgent Manchester United and Everton, games that come either side of a game against Watford in the space of a week. A trip to Southampton at the start of April could also come at a bad time, with Ralph Hasenhüttl managing to implement his ideas. Rafa Benitez is also the sort to put a spanner in the works for his former club with an organized performance as his Newcastle side look to avoid relegation by taking a draw at St James Park. However, Liverpool should steamroll through teams in the majority of their other games. The only tough home fixtures see them take on Spurs and Chelsea at Anfield. Both of those teams are likely to lose with Jurgen Klopp's side in their current form. Ultimately, they will gather the sort of points total that should see a team win the title in most normal seasons. Most seasons, to clarify. Manchester City Thursday night's victory against Liverpool should provide a significant springboard for Manchester City, who do not seem ready to relinquish their crown yet. They do not struggle against Benitez teams under Guardiola, which means they are not likely to draw until they face Chelsea at home. Their struggles at Stamford Bridge suggest Maurizio Sarri can live up to the billing Guardiola regularly gives him. City should then go on a winning run until they meet Crystal Palace on April 13. They have a bad recent record against Roy Hodgson's side, not winning either of their last 2 matches against them. In that spell, they could do well at Manchester United away, given their results there in the last few seasons. After facing Palace, they should win the rest of their matches. The only issue is Champions League semi-finals falling around a tough match against Spurs, but it would not be a surprise to see them collect more points than Liverpool. Tottenham. Mauricio Pochettino's side are truly involved in the Premier League title race. Bizarrely, they have not drawn a Premier League game all season, and over the next 2 months they should keep that record up. Home games against United, Watford, Newcastle and Leicester plus away fixtures at Fulham and Burnley all look winnable. However, they should finally share their points when they take on Chelsea on February 27. They seem unlikely to beat Liverpool at Anfield on March 30. Sportsmail has tipped them for a loss, and City should also be able to beat them when they travel to the Etihad Stadium. A trip to Bournemouth when the title has already slipped from their grasp in the first week of May also seems like a time for another loss. Now for the predictions. Liverpool Jan 12 vs Brighton, A.W. Jan 19 vs Palace, H.W. Jan 30 vs Leicester, H.W. February 4 vs West Ham, A.W. February 9 vs Bournemouth, H.W. February 24 vs United, A.D. February 27 vs Watford, H.W. Mar 2 vs Everton, A.D. Mar 9 vs Burnley, H.W. Mar 16 vs Fulham, A.W. Mar 30 vs Spurs, H.W. April 6 vs Southampton, A.D. April 13 vs Chelsea, H.W. April 20 vs Cardiff, A.W. April 27 vs Huddersfield, H.W. May 4 vs Newcastle, A.D. May 12 vs Wolves, H.W. Points, 43 more total, 97 points. Manchester City Jan 14 vs Wolves, H.W. Jan 20 vs Huddersfield, W Jan 29 vs Newcastle, A. W February 3rd vs Arsenal, H. W February 10th vs Chelsea, H. D February 23rd vs Everton, A. W February 26th vs W. Ham, H. W Mar 2 vs Smith, A. W Mar 9 vs Watford, H. W Mar 16 vs United, A. W Mar 30 vs Fulham, A. W April 6th vs Cardiff, H. W April 13th vs Palace, A. D April 20th vs Spurs, H. W April 27th vs Burnley, A. W May 4th vs Leicester, H. W May 12th vs Brighton, A. W points, 47 more total, 97 points. Tottenham Jan 13 vs United, H. W Jan 20 vs Fulham, A. W Jan 30 vs Watford, H. W February 2nd vs Newcastle, H. W February 10th vs Leicester, H. W February 23rd vs Burnley, A. W February 27th vs Chelsea, A. D Mar 2 vs Arsenal, H. W Mar 9 vs Southampton, A. W Mar 16 vs Palace, H. W Mar 30 vs Liverpool, A. L April 6th vs Brighton, H. W April 13th vs Huddersfield, H. W April 20th vs City, A. L April 27th vs West Ham, H. W May 4th vs Smith, A. L May 12th vs Everton, H. W points, 40 more total, 88 points. Sportsmail's prediction, Liverpool and Manchester City to be separated on goal difference. PS. They're currently level on goal difference, so could it even be decided by goals scored?